As spring slowly returned to the grounds of Lowood, the epidemic that had swept through the school began to fade. Fresh air, improved conditions, and warmer days brought hope to many of the surviving students. But for Helen Burns, the change came too late. Long before illness spread through the school, Helen had carried a different burden. She suffered from consumption, a disease known today as tuberculosis. In the 19th century, there was no cure. Its progress was slow and relentless, quietly stealing strength from those it touched. Though Helen's body grew weaker with each passing week, her spirit remained remarkably peaceful. She spoke little of fear and never complained of her suffering. Instead, she met each day with the same kindness and quiet faith that had first inspired Jane. When Jane learned that Helen had been moved to a separate room in the infirmary, she could not bear the thought of losing the only true friend she had ever known. Late one evening, after the school had fallen asleep, she slipped silently through the dark corridors, carrying nothing but a candle and the hope of seeing Helen one last time. The halls of Lowood were silent. Outside, a gentle spring rain fell upon the gardens. Inside the infirmary, the air was calm, broken only by the soft crackle of the fireplace and Helen's quiet breathing. 8 years had passed since Jane first entered the gates of Lowood. The frightened girl who had arrived there as an orphan was no longer the same person. 6 years as a student and 2 as a teacher had given Jane an education, discipline, and something even more valuable:
Now, let us open our books to page 42.
Yet Lowood had begun to feel like another kind of confinement. Jane longed to see the world beyond its walls. She wanted something she had never truly possessed: the freedom to choose her own path. And so she placed
I am writing to express my interest.
employment as a governess. The reply came from a mysterious estate called Thornfield Hall. There, Jane was offered the position of governess to a young French girl named Adele Varens. It seemed like an ordinary opportunity. Jane could not have known that accepting it would lead her into a world of secrets, strange laughter, unexplained footsteps, and a man whose arrival would transform her life forever. On a grey autumn morning, Jane left Lowood behind. She had no idea where the road would take her, but somewhere beyond the mist, Thornfield Hall was waiting. And then, through the mist, Jane saw it: Thornfield Hall, the place that would become the setting for the greatest chapter of her life. From the outside, it appeared ancient and imposing, its stone walls rising above the surrounding trees like something left behind by another age. Jane had come seeking employment. She had no idea she had just entered a mystery.